off by giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone to tell me this truth. Alright, do a listen. Thou should not uncover her nakedness. Alright, and this is gonna be based on Leviticus the 18th chapter. Alright, let's start it off. And the Lord said unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord, your power. Alright? And after the doing of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwell, ye should not do. And after the doing of the land of Canaan, where I bring you, ye should not do. Neither should you walk in their ordinance. So pretty much this is the Lord saying, don't do after the ways of the heathen. And we know in Jeremiah 10, I believe. Alright. Hear ye the words of the Lord speak unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of the heathen. For the heathen are dismayed at them. So, okay. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the works of the hands of the workmen, which we know that's talking about the Christmas tree, with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold, they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. Alright. So pretty much, the customs of the heathen are vain, they don't mean nothing. And just one of the examples he's giving it up right here is that Christmas tree. Alright, they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must not be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. So pretty much then these customs are pointless, and these things are not evil or good. You know what I'm saying? It's just people being silly. Christmas trees, and I guess like right now Halloweens and the pumpkins. Whatever. Things symbolize what you want them to symbolize in your mind. It's kind of like you got the rainbow, which is this holy symbol. Yahweh promised to his people, and you got the alphabet community trying to turn it into something satanic, trying to say it stands for them, but really, it stands for good. And that's what this is, these symbols that the heathen use, they try to change the meaning, but it only gives meaning if you believe that's what it means. Because to me, the rainbow is always going to be the promise from Yahweh and nothing else. Alright, let's get back to Leviticus, the 18th chapter. Alright. Ye should do my judgments and keep my ordinance to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. So we say we're supposed to do what the Lord tells us to do. Ye should therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he should live in them. I am the Lord. Alright. None of you should approach to any that is near of kin to him. Uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. So pretty much this is, you're not supposed to sleep with family. And before or recently, I always thought this was only something that Edomites did anyway. But as I got older, it shocked me to find out the Israelites were doing stuff like this. Alright, so it's saying you should not uncover their nakedness, any family member. Alright, and then it goes on. It tells us, it gives us an example. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother, thou should not uncover. She is thy mother. Thus should not uncover thy nakedness. I know it's a story going around about right now about this man marrying his goddaughter, which he raised as from a little baby. That is wicked. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's your goddaughter, that means you're supposed to be acting like it's your blood daughter, your biological daughter, and you're not supposed to uncover their nakedness. You ain't supposed to sleep with them. Alright, the nakedness of thy father's wife should thou not uncover. It is thy father's wife. And we already know, people know we just got not to sleep with your mother in the first chapter, which the verse above, but this is saying the nakedness of thy father's wife. So this is any woman that your father is married to. You are not supposed to uncover that nakedness, and really you shouldn't want to. That's how you know something wrong with a person for even wanting to sleep with one of their father's wives. Something is off. Even though we know Reuben did it back in the Old Testament, but it was punished to her. All right, thy nakedness of thy sister and the daughters of thy father or the daughters of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou should not uncover. So pretty much, you don't sleep with your siblings, whether you know them or not. Okay, and there's a lot of people settling down and marrying their siblings because they stay don't know that they siblings. There's a lot of that in the Israelite community. Where the mother went out, stepped out on her man and got pregnant by somebody else, and now you got this child who really don't know who their father really is. And I heard stories of people marrying their siblings and without even knowing, or falling in love with their siblings without even knowing that they was their siblings because of stuff like that. But you hear right now, you cannot uncover their nakedness, whether they be born at home or born abroad. Alright, even their nakedness should not be uncovered. Alright, the nakedness of thy sons' daughters, or the daughters' daughters, even their nakedness, thou should not uncover, for there is thy own nakedness. So pretty much, that's your own blood, your grandchildren, Like I said, you gotta be totally sick to look at your grandchildren like that anyway. Alright, the nakedness of thy father's wife, daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou should not uncover her nakedness. Alright, the nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter, begotten, she is her sister. Thou should not uncover thy nakedness. Thou should not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is father's near kinsman. So pretty much, don't sleep with your aunties, alright? Which you should already know. Thou should not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister. Once again, don't sleep with your aunties on the other side of your family, for she is thy mother's kinsman. Thou should not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brothers. Brothers, though, should not approach to his wife. She is thy aunt. Alright, so pretty much, whoever your father's brother's married to, you don't sleep with. Alright, thou, alright, thou should not uncover the nakedness of thou should not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou should not uncover her nakedness. So pretty much, don't sleep with your kids' women. Alright, thou should not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. Alright, so don't sleep with your brother's wife. I mean, this is all seem like cut and dry, and people should know better. Thou should not uncover the nakedness of a woman in her daughter. Neither should thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughters to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinsmen. It is wickedness. So pretty much, you don't take a woman and their kids, and we know pedophiles do that all the time. They start dating a woman specifically for her kids. That's why these women having all these babies with these mans and then going to other people. Really, it's a dangerous thing because you don't really know what these men are after, right? Because there's been a lot of cases of men dating women just to get at their kids. Alright. Neither should thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness besides the other in her lifetime. Alright, so it said neither should thou take a wife and to her sister. Now, one thing we get the understanding of is that Jacob, alright, the father of Israel, married two sisters. Alright, so we know that can't be what this verse is getting at because that's how Israel came about. But here's what it's saying: thou should not take the wife to her sister. Pretty much, you don't sleep with two sisters in the same room at the same time, or what you say, you have a threesome with two sisters, and you hear that bad fantasy or people talking about they want to sleep with twins at the same time and gross stuff like that, you're not supposed to do that. All right, you don't sleep with two sisters at the same time. So obviously, the man can be married to two sisters. They just are not supposed to sleep together at the same time. You're supposed to deal with each woman one at a time. All right. Also, thou should not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness as long as she is a part for her uncleanness. Pretty much, don't sleep with a woman on her period. All right, which I don't know why anybody would want to do that. All right. Moreover, thou should not lie carnally with the neighbor's wife to defile thyself with her. So don't sleep with your neighbor's wife. We all know you ain't supposed to be sleeping with anyone's wife, period. Alright? Now we go on to the um, 21st verse. Well, let me go over to the Leviticus, I think the 20th chapter. Let's see, this is what I want. Alright, and this is just some of the punishments that were outlined for doing these things. Alright. And the man that commits adultery with another man's wife, even him that commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adultery should surely be put to death. And that's Leviticus, the 20th chapter, 10th verse. Alright? 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 So that's just something you don't do. And it says, and if a man lie with his father's wife and uncover her nakedness, both of them should surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. Alright? And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them should surely be put to death. They have wrong confusion, and their blood should be upon them. Alright? If a man also lie with mankind, as men lie with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They should surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. So pretty much any homosexual stuff or whatever, you're supposed to be put to death according to the scriptures. Alright? And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They should be burnt with fire, both he and they, and that there be no wickedness among you. Alright? And if a man lie with beasts, he should surely be put to death. You should slay the beast too. Alright? So pretty much any man, then it should surely be put to death. Alright? And if a woman approach unto a beast and lie down therefore, thou should kill the woman, the beast, and they should surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. So alright? So if anybody sleep with a beast, they are supposed to be put to death. And if a man should take his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and see her nakedness, and should see his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they should be cut off in the sight of their people. He had uncovered his sister's nakedness, he should bear his iniquity. And if a man should lie with a man having her sickness, and should uncover her nakedness, he had discovered her fountain and should have uncovered the fountain of her blood. Both of them should be cut off from among the people. So, sleeping with a woman going through a cycle, you're supposed to be cut off. Thou should not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, nor thy father's sister. For if he uncover his nakedness, they should bear their iniquity. And if a man should lie with his uncle's wife, he should uncover his uncle's nakedness. They should bear their sins. They should die childless. Alright? So, pretty much, it's letting you know all this wrong. If you do, you are supposed to be put to death. And if a man should take his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He had uncovered his brother's nakedness. They should be childless. Alright? So, pretty much, you don't do these things. Alright? So, the Lord gave a judgment for these things. Alright? My bad. Let's get back to finishing up Leviticus 18. Alright. 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 Let's see. Alright. Leviticus 18. I think I was at the 21st verse. And thou should not let any of thy seed pass through the fire of Moed, neither should thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord. So you don't defame the name of Yahweh, all right, or let any of the seed pass through the fire. Remember, so what they're saying, you're not supposed to sacrifice your kids. And what is the biggest modern day sacrifice? The abortion clinics. You know, you're not supposed to do these things. All right, thou should not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. And we just read the judgment in Leviticus 20 for doing it. You know, for a man lying with a man, you know, they're supposed to be put to death, alright? It is an abomination unto the Lord, alright? Neither should thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therein, neither should any woman stand before a beast to lie down therefore, alright? It is confusion. So pretty much, you know, things you're not supposed to mix animal seeds and Eves and stuff like that. You know, you got Esau always trying to crossbreed. And you know, and that's why in Leviticus the 20th chapter it said you're supposed to be put to death for that too. Alright. Defile not yourself in any of these things. For all these things nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. So these are the things that the Canaanites and the rest of the Hamites were doing that the Lord didn't like. Alright. The reason why the Lord separated Israel, because he wanted us to have our own status and judgments and things like that. And let me just get that in Psalms, I think 147. Alright, 19th and 20th verse. He shows his words unto Jacob, his status and his judgment unto Israel. He had not did so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So this is the Lord letting us know that he set Israel apart so that he can learn they lessons. He have not did so with any other lesson. Alright. Now, let me finish this up. Alright. And defile themselves all these things the nations do. And if the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereupon, and the land itself shall vomit out her inhabitants. Pretty much saying that he is going to punish the people if you defile the land by doing these things. You should therefore keep my status and my judgment, and should not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nations, nor any stranger that sojourn among you. For all these things, these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. So it's saying the other nations did all these things, and their land was defiled. That the land spew not you out also when you defile it. It spew out the nations that were before you. So that's why so many kingdoms and nations and things like have failed, because they broke these laws and did these things which the Lord says is an abomination unto them. Alright? 29th verse. For whoever should commit any of these abominations, even the soul that commit them, should be cut off from among their people. Alright? Therefore should ye keep my ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abomination customs which were committed before you, that ye defile not yourself therein. I am the Lord, your power. Alright, so this the Lord letting us know that we are not supposed to do these things that the heathens are doing, and sleeping with next of kin and stuff like that is it's just completely disgusting, and it's not something that Israel is supposed to be participating in. And if you do these kind of things, doing these kind of acts, you know, sleeping with man, sleeping with mankind, sleeping with animals, you know, sleeping with family members, then the Lord is going to punish that land. And we know that it says in the book of, book of Jude. I think this is the one I want. Book of Jude, the 7th chapter. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange fish, are set forth as an example to suffering, the vengeance of eternal fire. So pretty much Sodom and Gomorrah is an example of what's going to happen to any nation that does these kind of things and breaks these laws. Alright? So that is why Babylon the Great is going to be burned with this thermonuclear fire, and the fire from the chariots, because they are breaking these laws. They got all this alphabet community stuff going on, and abominations. Like we said, you got the father marrying his daughter. That the story in the headlines and stuff like that. So America's gonna pay the price. Sodom and Gomorrah was an example, and we know that not one of these prophecies that's written in this Bible is gonna fail. All of this is gonna come true. All right. So, and with that, shalom. Thinking to myself, what are some messed up things, and just putting into the Google, man marries family members. All right. So, just want to see what will come up, and say, I see man marrying his mother-in-law. Alright. Weird stuff like fruit men and married their daughters or whatever. Alright. Guess let me change the search to man marries mother-in-law. Alright. And these images of people who have married their mother-in-law, which goes against the law. Alright, now let's do man marries. You know what? Forget mother-in-law. Let's see man marries mother. Alright. And once again, a bunch of images of a bunch of people who married their mother. Kind of disgusting. Alright. Now let's do man marries aunt. Yep. It happens. Alright. Man marries in-laws. Just showing how messed up this world is. Alright, so like seeing some of these images, but man marries in-laws. Alright. Alright, man marries daughter. Let's see what comes up. Alright, man marries daughters. So these images of people that have married their daughter. Alright. I think I'm gonna try to use a thumbnail with the man who married his goddaughter, which is what made me think of this. Now, that one, whether that's a sin according to the Bible, I believe, well, we already know if he married her as soon as she turned 18, he was messing with her when she was underage. So, that was probably wrong, probably messing with her out of life. But whether it's a biblical sin, what he did, I believe it comes down to whether they was actual family, any blood there, or was he just the godfather? But when you become a godfather, that's you making a promise to treat this child like it's your own blood. So with that, you up under that oath that you gonna treat this child like it's your own blood, that would make it wrong, because you ain't supposed to marry your daughter. Let's see, is there anything else that I want to do this? Man marries mother. And okay, yeah, I did that one. I don't know, really can't think of any more off the top of my head right now. So I'm just gonna leave it with it when it comes to it.